So I'm Nick, co-founder at Spective. This is Dylan, my partner, co-founder. We are here to present you guys Spective virtual reality streaming platform and then also our signal token protocol. We recently had a video made. It's like 2.5 minutes. We're just going to run you through the first minute. Gives you a good visualization, kind of illustration of how our token protocol flows. So let's try that. We're going to do it with volume. We could also just not.
We could just not.
Yeah. So basically, the signal token protocol works to decentralize advertising. What I mean by that is, like, take for the example, you're an advertiser and you want to run an ad campaign on a YouTube video. Right now, you would have to go through Google and YouTube to do that, and they would eat up huge fees and control all the data associated to your ad campaign. With our signal token protocol, we are basically disintermediating that process, cutting out the middleman so that as an advertiser, you can now initiate a smart contract for your ad campaign where you directly reward everyone who drives attention to your advertisement. So say, for example, you wrote an article and you're running an advertisement on that article. People read your article, they see the advertisement, they click on it, they go and look at it. The advertiser will be able to autonomously reward you in token for driving attention to their advertisement. Additionally, if you are a viewer and you do click on an ad, go and convert, go look at the website, you're paying some amount of subconscious attention to that brand. So you deserve some fractional amount of token. That's built into our protocol. And finally, if you are a content curator, meaning that you're a person who shared content with your followers on Twitter or friends on Facebook, if you drove 10,000 views to that content, the advertiser will also be able to directly reward you for that share of attention. That's effectively how the protocol works. Yeah, and then I'll go and slide some stuff.
All right, we're gonna get the presentation up and running again, but basically I'm gonna run you through kind of a brief story on how we got started and then the problems that we've identified and what we're addressing, right? So we originally got started with Spective and talking to a number of advisors in the space, Joe Ergo in particular from District 0X and Ned Scott from Steemit. They suggested us to start looking into attention markets. And so we started looking into the idea of attention markets, and we identified 3 basic problems going on right now in the advertising space, which he's pulling up, but you'll see there's a flowchart in the example that we use, which is basically Google and YouTube. And in the Google ecosystem right now, they pretty much have a monopoly over web advertising space, and they own YouTube as well. So what's going on right now on YouTube is, for one, the advertising fee that gets charged, basically YouTube takes a 45% cut of the advertising revenue before paying out creators. Beyond that, Google, the parent company, owns all of the advertising data in the space. And then further, what's going on right now on YouTube is something called the adpocalypse. And basically YouTube has complete control over which channels have ads running on them. They monetize them, but they also have control over demonetizing those channels. And there's a thing going on right now where certain channels that have content that's maybe a little bit edgy, maybe they have some cuss words in their videos, things like that, or they don't agree with the types of videos they're making, YouTube is removing ads from all of their videos. So none of those people are earning revenue right now, or at least the revenue they're earning is significantly less. We are addressing that problem by trying to connect advertisers directly to those content creators. And we're doing this through the signal token protocol. So the signal token protocol, basically what we've set up is a protocol where an advertiser can come in and create an advertising campaign, go through their targeting as normal, and then set a budget. And when they set that budget, their fiat currency will be converted into signal tokens, which will then fund a smart contract. Now that smart contract will get linked to the content creators of the videos, which are paired up with said advertiser based on his targeting. And upon certain trigger events happening, like views on a video, clicks on an ad, we will have an oracle bring that data from whatever platform, our platform being Spective, to that smart contract, which then gets released to the creator of the content. Now, in addition to this, we are also working on rewarding the other users of attention markets. One of those users being the viewer. So yourself watching an ad right now on YouTube, you don't get anything for having to sit through a 30-second ad. You don't get anything when you click on an ad. Viewers will be rewarded in a small portion on a limited basis. Then beyond that, one of the strongest drivers of attention right now are curators, people out there sharing videos, whether it's through a Facebook group, sharing to your friends, something like that. We'll be rewarding those curators for the attention that they're driving to the videos. And we do that by having them generate a unique signal link or a URL that gets attached to the video that the curator produced. And as they drive traffic, we can monitor that, send that data to the smart contract, and signal tokens get released to them. So that's basically the signal token protocol that we're building. And just to reiterate on what we're doing, these are kind of the a summarization of the values and the features of this protocol, basically decentralizing the exchange of advertiser to creator, attention influencers, the users of that market. Beyond that, we're redistributing the value for the actors of the attention market, which ultimately has a benefit for not only the advertiser, but also the people creating the content. So we're distributing the value from 45% YouTube monopoly, 55% creator, to creator, viewer, and curator, all sharing a portion of the advertiser's revenue that he's bringing in. Beyond that, we're creating a shared network of decentralized advertising data, ultimately removing that monopoly that Google has where they own all of the data in the space and trying to create a network where that advertising data can be used by platforms in the space and advertisers themselves. And beyond all of this, we're creating a more granular advertising ecosystem where if they want to, advertisers have the option to connect directly to the creators of content and almost form partnerships in that advertising space.
So a token like this sounds really great in theory, but is often faced with the challenge of real-world adoption and application, right? The token sounds phenomenal, but who's going to be the first to actually adopt it and create the real-world use case and application for it? And that's kind of where we've come in with our background. So Spective VR is our virtual reality streaming platform. We stream all kinds of 360 content, whether that be just like, you know, something from like, you know, the city that you're locally from, you know, somebody in Italy could just walk through a vineyard and share that with their friends, or it could be live events like, you know, sports games and then concerts and things like that. We're going to be plugging the Signal Token protocol into our platform to create the foundational layer and real-world use case that other media platforms can see and say, okay, this has been used in the real world. We see how users are interacting with it and how advertisers have adopted it. We'll more comfortably bring this in, and that will kind of drive the attraction for other media platforms to kind of come in and build upon. So we originally created this token for use within the Spective platform, but for the token's long-term utility and kind of viability with advertisers, we knew that we would have to open it up to other media platforms using it. And so from there, we kind of made this more of an open source kind of project and mission. And this is kind of like illustrations of what we're going to have released. Our token, our Spective virtual reality platform, it exists. We have a demo right now, but we're going to have like a huge alpha launch coming early November, like week 1 of November. So stay updated for that.
All right, so I'm going to briefly touch on some of the details about the token sale, right? So we did a pre-sale. The pre-sale closed September 4th, ran the last week of August into the first week of September. And the pre-sale roughly cumulatively brought in about 4,000 Ethereum in that pre-sale amongst about 120 participants. When we did our pre-sale, though, we worked to do our pre-sale in collaboration with our consulting group, Sutton Stone. They handle and help on the legal infrastructure of our company. And we did everything by the book, so we did KYC checks. Every single participant in the pre-sale had to upload government-issued ID. We ran an OFAC background check on every single buyer. And on top of that all, this pre-sale was audited, as you can see, by Baker Tilly Mauritius, a global accounting firm. So they've gone in and verified all the OFAC checks and all of the data and making sure that all of the tokens we say that we sold, we sold. In addition to that, the token sale is going to be launching on December 8th, running until December 29th. That token sale has a cap of 40 million. Total token supply will be determined by how many tokens get sold through the token sale. So it's a token generation event, basically. And a note on that is that, you know, we have a private buying period right now. In addition to that, users that subscribe to the email list will have early access to the token sale via a whitelist sale.
So this is our team. We've brought in 3 people additionally after having launched the pre-sale, but you know, I could kind of, you know, go on and on about every single person, but one thing I really just want to emphasize is that we're all local to Houston. We have an office space there directly across from our crypto consultant Sutton Stone. We work together every day, and we really are kind of all, you know, interacting and things. Since, you know, kind of the pre-sale, We brought on our friend Fonzo, he helps with marketing, another guy, Jin, who's like an additional developer, and then an external consulting CFO who's going to help us kind of construct some financial models so you guys can plug in some assumptions and projections on just like kind of more conventional valuation stuff. We know that the ICO token space can be a little bit wild, wild west, so we just wanted to provide some structure there. So he's been really phenomenal in helping us out with that. This is our advisory, so we have advisors Adam and James coming from Sutton Stone. They've been fantastic. We talk to them basically every day, Monday through Friday. And then additional contributors, Ned Scott, founder of Steemit, and Joe Ergo, founder of District OX. We here and there have had a few kind of just like Skype calls with them where we just exchange ideas, and they've really been fundamental in helping us build out our token protocol. Finally, escrow. So we're doing a milestone-based escrow protocol where, on the completion of certain key milestones that we have outlined in a timeline, funds get released through escrow. For that, we're partnering with Sutton Stone, and then also Coin Vault with Sheldon Weisfeld, who's actually here. Great man. And that's roughly it. So if you guys have any questions, please raise your hands and ask. And that's about it. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
So thanks for the presentation. Great concept, love it. But my question is, how are you guys going to monetize? How are you going to make revenue? It looks like you're cutting out the middleman, right, from taking all the money. So two-part question: how are you going to make money? What's your fee? And then secondly, you talk about YouTube a lot. And are you going to recreate your version of YouTube? I mean, you have to build this publication network, this massive publication network, right? And to compete with somebody like Google. So how are you going to go about doing something like that?
Yeah, good question. So I'm going to start off on the revenue side, and then I'll get to the YouTube side that you mentioned, right? So on the revenue side, we are cutting out the middleman, and we're automating the process. One thing that it's allowing us to do is take a much smaller cut. So it's going to be on a platform-to-platform basis. You can take a 0% cut if you so choose. If you have a nonprofit platform or something, that's what you want to do. Within the Spective protocol, as Nick mentioned, we've hired an outside CFO right now, and we're working on all of the financial modeling. Based on that, we're expecting that our cut is going to be between 10 and 20%, significantly lowered from the 45%. In addition to that, we have other revenue streams, right? So Spective VR has the user-to-user side of content where users are uploading content, but then it also has content like live VR events, which Goldman Sachs just released a report saying that they think that is, outside of gaming, going to be the single largest piece of virtual reality. And live VR events would be like live streaming of a sporting event like an NBA game or an NFL game, where you can kind of buy like a pay-per-view ticket and get access to that game with a VR headset on as if you're at the stadium. So that's going to be an additional piece of revenue, basically a pay-per-view style sell. And then in addition to that, like premium content, premium subscriptions. So the Spective VR has a revenue source within itself, and then a cut of advertising fee. On the YouTube side, quick note I wanted to mention is that we do have to build a large network of content, right? We've started that, so we have about 15, probably going to be 20 by the alpha release, that we have partnered with content creators who produce 360 content, bringing them over from YouTube. Our platform should have about 2,000 videos for the alpha. That number's growing every day. We've been only working on partnerships right now for about the past week, and so we've gotten that much in this first week. So.
Yeah, to add some clarification between like the relationship of the Signal Token Protocol and Spective VR, the Signal Token Protocol is fully decentralized and autonomous. It's built for any media platform to build upon. We don't make money on the Signal Token Protocol. Separate from the Signal Token Protocol is Spective VR. That's the first application and first media platform that will adopt that protocol. We privately will make revenue through Spective VR as we drive advertisements and sell premium purchase content, etc. Now, any media platform that adopts the Signal Token Protocol, the decentralized side, that media platform acts as a centralized node within that network, where they can determine if they want to take a 30% commission fee on all advertisements or a 5%. And that's kind of like going to create a competitive ecosystem where, as an advertiser and as a content creator, you kind of look and say, which media platform do I want to publish on based on how they're operating the conditions of their Signal Token Protocol, if that makes sense. So there's Signal Token Protocol, a decentralized product that we are the creator and first adopter of, and then Spective VR. And that's where we kind of act as business people and generate revenue.
We probably have time for one more question. How do you compare against algebraic data? Don't they do something similar to with attention markets?
So I'm not familiar, but what I will say is like any really great application of the blockchain is going to have like different competing forces. So one of my favorite examples is real estate on the blockchain, decentralized ownership of real estate. It's really awesome, and I love the idea of it, and I know it's going to become a thing. But because it's so great, there are 100 different entities that are trying to get after that same mission. With attention markets and decentralized advertising, you've got the same thing. There are multiple different projects that are going after the same mission. Everyone does it a different way. I'm not familiar with the one that you just brought up, but what I can say that kind of makes us more significantly different is that we are working to reward all participants in the attention economy. You look at Basic Attention Token, which is a fantastic project. I'm a holder of Basic Attention Token. But they are specifically focusing on viewers, right? The average person who is, looking at their phone and eating up a bunch of data on advertisements. Reward those people for the fact that they have to view those ads unwillingly. That's where the kind of Basic Attention Token kind of falls in place. We also operate to not just reward viewers, but content publishers and also people who share content. So truly everyone in the ecosystem that drives attention to advertisements. That's what we do. Additionally, on the execution side, we will be adopting it in an actual media platform, which is something that's kind of completely different from every other kind of attention token model. So could you remind me again, what was it called?
Algebraic data.
Algebraic data, yeah, we'll definitely check it out. Yeah, I'd like to know what everyone else is doing in this space, but thank you guys so much for your time, we appreciate it.
Thank you.